Listen, Darren is excited, and Darren's excitement makes me have excitement. So therefore, we have reactionary excitement that goes from one person to another. So today, Darren is not going to talk about music to start. Well, maybe, but he's going to talk about apes here eventually. Darren, please procead.
Everybody loves apes. Reactionary excitement.
Do we? I don't know.
I don't
know if I love apes.
Oh, well, how could you not? They're our closest humanoid animal thing on the planet.
Darren, I barely like people most of the time. So. No, I'm just kidding. I actually really
well,
like
apes can't talk back unless you watch the movie called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So, yeah, this is Darren and Micah. It is Tuesday, May 14th. Happy Tuesday. Yes, I mentioned earlier. Someday this month is Maypole.
Yeah, and then we. So this is actually the second rendition of when we did this because I didn't plug in Darren's microphone. Small details, but I mentioned to Darren.
Probably Freudian subconscious.
Yeah, I was like, please don't talk about the maypole. And then I mentioned to Darren. I said, Darren, I actually did the maypole. I did maypole in school. And then Darren, you said,
I said, you have video of that. I'd love to see you do that as a teenager.
And I said, Darren, I did it when I was like 6 years old.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
And then he was like, this is fine. But still, the image. I think Darren just loves the idea of me skipping around a maypole as an 18-year-old.
Well, who wouldn't?
So, yeah.
Hello, OnlyFans page.
The internet would go wild.
Cha-ching.
I'd be making all the money.
Cha-ching. Wow. Well, speaking of cha-ching, Sunday night I went to see the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes at IMAX.
Good times.
In Dripping Springs. IMAX movies are $17 now. I had no idea.
Do you get any food and stuff now?
No, I didn't because I didn't want to pay $45 for a pizza or whatever it is.
But every theater offers food now, don't they? It's
yes,
amazing to think that the Draft House basically changed the whole industry.
They sure did.
They changed the whole industry.
Yeah, and I don't know how popcorn-only movies are even going to make it.
Is IMAX a new theater out there?
No, it's not. It's at EVO in Dripping Springs. But yeah, they have I think one IMAX film, and it did make a difference. So I went and saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which is the fourth installment. Okay. It's an extension, not a reboot. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Planet of the Apes back in the 60s, and then they had one like around 2000 with Marky Mark, and it was not any good. Mm-hmm. They started a trilogy with James Franco in 2011.
Oh, I like me some James Franco.
Yeah, so 2011, then I think 2014, and then 2017. It is a story of Caesar. That is a reboot. I come to find out that you've not seen any of those three movies?
None of them, and I like James Franco.
Well, let me just tell you, I had this conversation with my wife. It is time to put the Planet of the Apes movies on the trilogy, the first three. Wow. This is the fourth. And one of the top three trilogies of all time. It is.
No.
I thought everyone...
Of all time.
Yes. So not Star Wars, but it's pretty darn close, man.
Okay, so we're going to knock... So Star Wars is in.
Yes.
We got to go through some of these.
It's better than Lord of the Rings by a mile.
Wow. Yeah. Harry Potter fans?
I have not seen Harry Potter, so I'm sorry for that. That is one of the few.
Okay, a little bit biased, maybe.
Well, it's not that biased. I just don't know anything about Harry Potter. Somehow I missed that, but...
Okay. Well, these are big words.
These are big words, and I'm prepared to back it up.
Okay.
But I am actually shocked that you... Well, I'm shocked that anyone that hasn't seen these movies. But let me just tell you, if you think it's a movie about monkeys, you are wrong. It is not a movie about monkeys. That's like saying Walking Dead is a show about zombies. You know, you are missing the
analogy.
Point. Yeah.
Wait, hang on. Godfather.
Yes.
Better than the Godfather trilogy.
Well, Godfather 1 and 2 is great. Have you ever seen 3? It's not even good. This one is 3 stellar movies, so I'm taking that into account.
The Bourne trilogy.
It's better than Bourne trilogy.
Okay. Not going to count that one.
Toy Story, yeah.
Back to the Future?
This was so different, but Star Wars is in there for sure. Better than Lord of the Rings.
Darren, look at this list this is a random list I pulled up. Look what number 1 is, Darren.
Yeah, they're wrong. Where's that from? Empire?
I don't even see Planet of the Apes on here, Darren.
Keep going.
Okay, Indiana Jones.
All right, so maybe it's top 5.
Matrix?
It's better than Matrix.
Matrix? Okay.
And it's certainly better than the Evil Dead trilogy.
Okay. You know what's crazy? I thought we had more trilogies in this, Darren.
Yeah, Aliens. Aliens is great. I love it. Definitely better than Pirates
Please proceed, but I want
to
to know, after we're done with this, I want to know where you're putting the Dune. That is only 2 of the 3
movies.
movies.
It's way better than Dune. Yeah.
Please proceed.
Yeah. Anyway, so they've had 3 movies. They're incredibly well written. And so they have a 4th one here, and people are like, oh, it's a reboot. It's not a reboot. It's set 300 years in the future after the first 3 original trilogies. And so here are my thoughts on it. So I am going to give a review. The movie is a little over 2 hours long. It is, cinematically speaking, probably the most impressive movie I've ever seen. I was blown away. Now, all movies today have great CGI and technology. This uses that motion capture. So if you ever see the actors, they've got the little dots on their face and they're wearing the gray suit. You know, it is human beings acting as the apes.
Act like that? That'd be so hard.
Oh, it's tough. They have to put the camera right there in your face, and they have to walk around with these stilts on their hands, so they're on hands and knuckles, just like the apes and chimpanzees and all this. But I will say this: I thought 10 minutes into it. Here's why it's so good. 10 minutes into it, I thought I was watching apes riding a horse, and I was just looking through the window, and it was real. That's how awesome the IMAX experience is in this movie.
They really got it down.
Yes, nothing looks fake. And 10 minutes in, I genuinely cared about the characters. Okay. This entire movie, there are 2 human beings in the entire movie, except for this one little thing at the end that's germane to the whole story. But it is just about this, both the trilogy itself and this extension is about a reluctant hero, somebody who gets thrown in the mix about leading the apes and does not want to. And, you know, they tie it back to the original trilogy, and they set it up for another 5 movies. It really is amazing. It's straight up good old-fashioned storytelling. They don't have too many fight scenes. It's not just like 2 hours of fighting and action. It's well-paced. There were probably 5 or 6 times where I was genuinely tense, that I was worried that this character was in harm, that kind of thing. So I found myself caring about these fake ape animals, which, if that doesn't share, you know, how well it's written, I just don't know what it is. But I highly recommend Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. But I will say this, my last comment: do not go see the movie if you did not see the first 3. It'll make 0 sense to you. It is definitely chapter by chapter by chapter story.
Well, this is one of my favorites when I get to go back, and I got 4 movies.
Yeah,
and they're good.
Start with one of 2011 with James Franco, and you know, it ends up with Woody Harrelson, who plays a super bad guy.
Don't tell me things.
What's that?
Don't tell. No spoilers.
Oh, there's no spoilers.
I do love me some Franco and Woody Harrelson, so I'm pretty sold on the cast.
Pretty cool.
Already.
Yeah, and then you can go and go see this in the big theater. You'll be blown away.
Sold.
So again, it's May 14th. Thanks for tuning in. We have some birthdays in the world of music. Born on this day, now dead, Bobby Darin. You know his big song?
I don't.
Splish Splash, I was taking a bath. I looked it up. He died at age 37 with some heart complications. But
that is
born on this day, now dead, Jack Bruce of Cream, the bass player. You know, Jack Bruce, by old timers, is considered one of the best rock bassists of all time. Whenever people name the top bass players, I don't know a lot about Cream or Jack Bruce. I do know that, you know, he was one of the early pioneers in terms of playing without a pick. You know, back in the day. You'll appreciate this, Micah. It's Axel's day. Born on this day, still alive, 1952, Mr. David Byrne of the Talking Heads. Today is David Byrne's birthday. We just read out last week that they're teasing a reunion, so the Talking Heads. All right, born on this day, still alive, Danny Wood, New Kids on the Block, born in 1971. Micah, at what point, he's in his 40s, did we change the name of New Kids on the Block to like Middle-Aged Men on the Block?
Or past Middle-Aged Men now.
Yeah.
If he was born in 71, he would be a latter age man.
I never cared for New Kids on the Block or Boys to Men.
But see, Boys to Men would work.
Because well, at least, I guess, because when you end up being a man.
Yeah.
But seriously, it seems silly to me that they're going to go out on stage. Welcome New Kids on the Block. And these guys like 43.
Do Boys to Men still play out? Because it actually makes perfect sense now.
They do. And they look like men. They got their men's body. They're all fat and everything.
It's like they had awesome foresight into their future.
I guess. Like the New Kids on the Block. It's just,
yeah.
I mean, then that phrase, on the block, that is so 80s, 90s.
But like, it's a time capsule, Darren. We got to appreciate these.
Yes, but it limits them to doing anything new today.
Yeah, but like most artists don't make it past a few years career anyways. So
that is true.
It's kind of like the NFL. Musicians are sort
like
of
the
similar.
NFL running back. You got 5 years, bro.
If you're lucky, maybe 2 to 4.
Born on this day, 1973, Natalie Appleton of All Saints. I've never heard of her or that band, All Saints. You know anything about that?
I thought you were going to say like Natalie Imbruglia, and she was around like in the 90s. I always remember that name because her last name was so wild. But anyways, I don't know.
Also born on May 14th, last one, 1979, Dan Auerbach of the Black Keys.
That's fun. I love some Dan.
That's awesome. So we talked about the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Micah, just go out and rent this week the 3 movies. You'll love it.
I will. I'm excited. I won't even have to rent them. I can watch them on one of the $300 of streaming services that I now own.
They're coming out with a new bundle. I think it's Hulu, Disney, and Prime.
Well, you know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, so Amazon's buying Hulu and Disney?
I don't know. I don't know that they're buying. They're just bundling. They're teaming up.
That this actually made...
It's something like that. Something powerful.
This made my night yesterday when basketball playoffs are on, right?
Yeah.
And I don't typically watch them because
the Mavs lost last night.
Well, hang on. We can get there. Because usually the games are played on what channel?
TNT.
TNT. And nobody has TNT unless you have cable anymore.
Right.
And so I Googled, like, can I get TNT service? And they said, it's now Max and it's live.
Right.
So HBO became Max.
That's right.
So I went to Max for my $9.99 and I got to watch the playoff
That's
games.
awesome.
And I was like, for the first time of this whole saga, have been excited. I'm like, and I got rid of my Hulu TV, which was $92 a month.
YouTube TV
Not
is better.
Worth it. That's it. So I start watching YouTube TV.
Yeah.
So we're getting there now. We're really getting somewhere. I dream of a day when I can spend $100 on all of my TV services.
Oh, good luck with that.
You know?
I dream of a day to when a new series comes out and I like it, and A, it doesn't take 2 years to get a second season, and B, they have more than 8 episodes.
But I would prefer that they're good and take longer, and it is what it is.
I know, but I'm watching...
What's going to happen, Darren, is they're just going to start AI in half of that so they can
maybe. I started rewatching Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone.
I've never seen it.
Which is a Taylor Sheridan show, who writes all the shows on TV now. He's the producer. So Sylvester Stallone plays a guy in his 70s, because he is, who was in jail for 25 years for New York. He's a capo in one of the top mob families in New York. He gets exiled to Tulsa, and he takes over that town, and it is awesome. Awesome show. It's very realistic.
I've never seen it, and what I like here at the Darren and Micah show is that really what this show is that we just do what we want, and we hope you enjoy tagging along.
Also watch The Mayor of Kingstown,
because we have amazing opinions.
Jeremy Renner,
our opinions,
Mayor of Kingstown, 2 seasons.
That, but it's been a while.
So good.
Yeah, it was good.
All right, so speaking of actors, this guy acts and raps. Donald Glover surprised fans.
One of my faves.
This news makes me a bit mental. Okay, so I'll see if I get it right. He dropped, unannounced, a new album. However, it's not a new album. It is the one from the year 2020, and it's called 3/15/20. And so...
Is it because it was like during COVID, so he held on to it?
So anyway, the new album, he calls it Alta Vista, but here's the deal. It's all the old material, but his quote is... he was at the time, he was going through a lot. He thought everybody was thinking we were going to die because of the pandemic. They put it out, they finished it, but they didn't mix it, they didn't master it, anything. He said it was rough. And so he has gone through, mixed it, mastered it 4 years later.
Cool.
And resent it out. But I hate that they say that it's a new album.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
You're a music
that
producer.
It's a new album. That doesn't feel like a new album. That
it says
like
fans by dropping a new Childish Gambino album called Alta Vista, but it's
remixed and mastered album, which is like when they've redone the Beatles albums.
Yeah.
And they say like remastered. So that's really seems like what has happened here. But like, because I love Donald Glover or Childish Gambino so much, I will not give him any check marks off for re-releasing.
Well, who knows? This probably got ran through 15 PR people. Probably. It makes me a little cringe. I have no problem with reissuing music. I just don't want you to market it as new. You know what I mean?
I think what it does is his fans aren't going to care, and new people are going to have a way to find him.
Yeah, but are we going to have to repay for that?
Yeah, no, it's free on everything streaming, anyways.
Well, you have to still pay for. You have to pay for that.
$9.99 for Spotify.
Well, that's true. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's been 4 years. Why can't he put out new music?
You know what I think about when I think about all of this stuff? Well, one, the dude runs 3 lives. Like he's
that
like
is
a
true.
dancer,
That is very
actor,
true.
and artist. It's like,
and they're doing a reboot of some sort of Community.
How few people can truly be great actors and great singers. Like very, like he is very unbelievably good
Leto.
musician and artist. Like literally, there's like 4.
Speaking of,
I fell in love with. He's a great actor. I love his.
I
acting.
agree with that.
What's wild is his acting is nothing like his artistic
Right.
career. Like he's a completely different person, and he's like always plays like the sweet kind of like messes up guy in TV
Right.
shows, and that is not his like art. Anyways, I love Childish Gambino. I also love that his name is Donald Glover, which reminds me of
Danny Glover.
Yeah, exactly.
They have they're not related.
What is that?
It's so crazy.
Which one is that with Mel Gibson and you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the buddy cop movie.
Yeah. Anyways,
we're killing it today. Anyway, it's May 14th. How much time we got left, Mr. Micah?
Because every time you say that, everyone's always like, "He's a singer. He's like 72," and I'm like, "No, it's not. It's
You're right. I know. Hey, speaking of older singers, Bono recently was interviewed. Bono's 64. That's not that old, but I'm just right behind him. Anyway, Bono was asked about Coldplay, and he came to Coldplay's defense, which is nice and very sweet. However, he said something that caught my attention, and this is according to digitalmuse.com. Anyway, he insisted that they are not a rock band, and he was being interviewed on BBC Radio, and he said, look, Coldplay is unfairly judged by the rock rules, meaning people like me who are going to define rock with a fairly narrow terms. It needs to be guitar-centric, a few power chords thrown in there, that kind of thing. That's what Bono's referring to. And he says Coldplay is not rock music. My opinion is, you know who else is not rock music? U2. They're not rock music either.
You know,
Micah, your reaction. Is Coldplay rock music?
I do have an opinion here.
Yes. Yay!
I actually think they are unfairly categorized. We have to pigeonhole people. I think we should more honestly look at ourselves.
Yeah.
And prepare
Yes.
here. This is a PSA, public service announcement.
Yes.
For all of you out there, including myself, that are fans of what Coldplay truly is, which is adult contemporary. Okay, guys? So Coldplay,
they're amazing at it, too.
U2 are adult contemporary bands.
Yes.
And then their second under it is a category is rock.
Alt rock,
maybe. I think it's just alt rock. I'd go with alt rock.
Yep.
Alternative rock, and then I would put like singer songwriter.
Yeah.
Under that. So you and both times it would say adult contemporary first, and then the other.
Yeah. You can't say "In the Name of Love" is a rock song. I'm sorry, it's not.
I think like if I had to pick adult contemporary and put a few bands at the top, it would go U2, Coldplay. They would.
I agree with that.
And
Maroon
I just
5.
want everyone to know Maroon 5 would be in
Yep.
there. I just want everyone to know how much I love adult contemporary.
Yeah.
And spend much of my days listening to it. Darren, on this topic.
Hey, Maroon 5 was headlining the Super Bowl.
What's really funny is Adam Levine is we'll play shows and somebody will always ask me, and I'm always like, they're so polarizing. They're like, how many people here Maroon 5? And people
I like Maroon 5.
I do too.
Yeah.
But are they great? No, I don't listen to them a ton. But they're really good.
They're great at writing sing-along songs. I know that.
And she will be loved. We used to sing that all the time.
Now this heart can't take anymore. That song is awesome, man.
She said goodbye. Darren, I have a side note. Can I deter from
You can deter all you want. This is your show, baby.
Speaking of adult contemporary artists,
you have a new album coming out?
I don't.
Oh.
Actually, that's completely a lie. I have an EP coming out in 5 weeks. We'll talk about this later.
What is an EP, Micah, for us layman people?
It's a short album. I think this one's 6 songs.
This makes me mental too because it stands for extended play, right?
You know what you want? Yeah, I always thought that was weird too. You know what? You know what wants to be? It's extended one song. You know what's gonna annoy you even more is that there's only 3 or 4 new songs on the 6 songs, and then a couple of the other ones are getting put onto the EP because I don't like single.
That's an album, then.
No, it's just
that's 10 songs.
No, it's still 6 songs. So if only 3 of them are new, or 4 of them are new on the 6. Anyways, different story. And it's bluegrass. It's not adult contemporary. Moving forward, Darren. Okay, I just found out the news has broken.
Yes.
That you know that John Mayer played with the Grateful Dead, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Dead and Company. But you know that he retired from playing with Dead and Company.
I did not know that.
Okay, well, he sort of did.
Yeah.
And then, Darren, he
recanted?
Do you know who now has a residency in Vegas at the Sphere?
No.
Dead and Company.
Oh.
Do you know who recanted his retirement? Like Jason Kelsey from the Philadelphia Eagles, who's probably going to come back for the 58th time.
Yeah.
Darren, guess who's playing at the Sphere with Dead and Company? Darren,
Mr. Mayor.
What can I gauge? Can you tell me what is your excitement level of this?
I'm
band,
far more
Darren?
excited about John Mayer than I am the Grateful Dead. But
that's sad, but I can support it.
You're an old soul, man. I mean, the Grateful Dead.
So jammy.
Who is even in that band?
Jerry Garcia.
Is
Bob
what?
Weir.
Those guys are.
Jerry Garcia was the original of Grateful Dead.
I know that. I thought he was dead. Honestly,
he's very dead, Darren. He's been dead for so long. Well, everyone else is still there.
Oh. Well, hold on. Maybe I misunderstood the question.
Weir, I get it though. You're saying who's still playing?
Yeah.
I think the drummer and Bob Weir. So like,
okay,
you got three. I might be wrong. There might be four of them. I don't know.
That's fine. Funny, I know a guy named Bob Weir, but it's not him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. That matters. The original lineup matters to me some.
Darren.
Yeah, I thought you were going to tell me that Jerry Garcia was not dead, and I'm like, what? Wait a minute.
Isn't there
I missed something.
He's
been reanimated.
Somebody's like really baked, and they're like, Jerry Garcia's not dead, man.
Right.
No way.
I thought you were going to tell me Elvis was still alive. And
so
it was all hoax.
I like Grateful Dead. I don't listen to them all the time, but I like some jam bitty stuff. Darren, how excited should I be? Like,
you should be super excited because then it's a melding of your worlds.
I've seen John Mayer play only one time.
Yeah.
So here's the question of how excited I should be. My wife just caught a flight.
My wife?
My wife
yeah.
just caught a flight to Vegas.
Oh.
They're having a trade show.
Oh, snap.
She's there Tuesday, Wednesday. Guess who plays Thursday night, Darren? How much?
Why are you not online booking your ticket right now?
Tickets $150. $150.
Seriously?
Yeah, for us to get tickets to the Sphere.
Wow, that's really good.
Darren, how excited should I be?
You should be very excited because the Sphere is unreal from what I've heard.
Here's what we came to, Darren.
Yeah.
Her company ain't paying for Thursday night, so it's
well.
really only one way direct back. We're gonna sneak back out there if we can for a better weekendy situation and go have some fun. Because a little too tight. I got a wedding to play on Saturday. I'd have to fly out Thursday.
Well, I'm
Friday.
Yeah, I can get you a very affordable room through my MGM rewards deal. So,
man.
We'll cool.
Have a conversation. I
Honey
can't.
P.
Vegas is not my jam. I know you like it, but like I go to Vegas and I need a vacation.
When was the last time you went?
It was 5 years ago.
Okay, you won't even recognize the place anymore.
Really?
You'll change your mind when you go.
Really?
I
just don't like gambling as much as I used to.
It does. And who cares,
and I don't like spending money at nice restaurants as much as I
who
used
cares? There is so much to do that has nothing to do with gambling.
I do want to see the Grateful Dead, and I could play golf.
Oh, well, shoot, stay at the Wynn, man. They have a golf course right on the strip, right behind it.
Right behind it?
Yeah. The Wynn's the most expensive one out there, but there's a golf course. You walk out back, it's right there.
And just to be noted, I've only played golf 5 times in the last 10 years, but I still enjoy it when I do. So moving forward, we just blew a lot of time, but I felt
it's fascinating. Everything we say is fascinating.
The world needed to know that Johnny May is back. He's back with the Dead. The DG,
and
the GD.
We only have about 5 minutes left.
Wait, hey, this is even funnier. I hope my wife listens to this show. This is even funnier.
Listen up, wife.
So she was like, hey, did you know that? Or like Thursday, would you want to come out and see Dead and Company? I was like,
yeah.
I was like, is John Mayer still playing with them? And she goes, why would John play with them? I thought, and I was like, no, this gets better. And I was like, well, John played with the Grateful Dead. That's for a long time. She's like, wait, I don't understand. I thought Dead and Company was like a Dead cover band. And I was like, no, hon. And I was like,
yeah, they wouldn't book the Sphere.
She was like, I was really impressed that like a touring cover band. And I was like, no, hon, that's why they call it the Dead and Company.
Right.
As in the Dead and John Mayer. And she's like, her mind exploded. Anyway. It was really, I was just dying.
That would be a good name, though, for a cover band called The Dead Company.
The Dead Company.
Right.
Well, and then they could book out the Sphere.
They would get sued.
And then the Sphere would be like, wait, we booked the wrong band.
Yeah, somebody like me shows up. Hi, I'm here. And just throw on a fake beard. I'm the Jerry Garcia.
And they start playing YouTube covers. Anyways.
Oh, Lord. All right, so
Jerry Garcia's not dead.
Here's some crazy stuff here, man. I got 2 more news items.
We got 5 minutes there.
5 minutes, it's perfect.
I'm taking a lot of space.
I've been landing it. Micah, 20 years ago this month, the Killers released Mr. Brightside.
That's still one of my favorite albums. I love that album.
So check this out. As of last week, Mr. Brightside has become the UK's biggest single of all time.
Cool.
Yet to still reach number 1. So it's been there for 20 years
Wow.
and never reached number 1.
Wow.
However, it's got the most
stays?
sales and the most streams. It is the longest running top 100 hit in history.
And here's what my favorite thing. Think of if you're the Killers and just think that your guy, the wrestler, reached number 1 before their song.
Say his name and he'll appear.
Henry.
I believe in Joe Henry. The number 1 song in the UK right now. A wrestler. It's a minute long.
Not the Killers.
Anyway, so the Killers, I'm fascinated by this for 2 reasons. It's combined UK sales and streams of 5.5 million.
Ooh-wee.
The song, here's the other part I love about it. It is the biggest top 10 hit of all time. We're talking about Mr. Brightside, The Killers, which is the Millennials and Gen Z's anthem. The song, this part makes me happy on so many levels. The song has overtaken the number 1 spot, and they robbed it from Oasis hit Wonderwall to take the record, which makes me so happy. I do not like Wonderwall. It is one of those.
You like Mr. Brightside?
I love Mr. Brightside.
Cool.
Don't say it's that's one of my favorite songs of all time. We talked about that.
I, for some reason, thought that you were like, I don't like this, but I like MCR. And I'm like, how can you even... No.
No. Remember, I
said
said one time on the show that I saw, we showed a clip of the Killers of Mr. Brightside at Glastonbury, when they played that song to end it. I said, I would pay $1,000 if you dropped me off just to... on that front row for that one song. I freaking love that song.
I'll tell you what, Darren, $1,000
I never get tired of it.
Cut it.
I never get tired of it. I'm in for the one song.
Me either, yeah.
I never get tired of it. It fires me up. I love Mr. Brightside. I love the message.
Fly you over.
Everything. It's so, I'm going to listen to it after this show.
I think I will too.
Okay, so this song, or this is the last news item, a little local and far-reaching. This makes me nuts as a professional marketer. Again, it's May 14th. South by Southwest is launching a festival in 2025 in London.
London?
Yeah, mate.
Okay.
Focusing, well, that's Australian, isn't it? Yeah. And that's going to be interesting, in it. Anyway, they're going to be focusing on a wider lens of the region's culture and creativity rather than music as the main focus. So we're not sure what that means. But South by Southwest,
more of the arts.
Yeah, but by the way, South by Southwest, people, is a private company that makes $1 gazillion, and they partner with the city of Austin to run a festival. And this is the way it's always been. So for those people who think that this is conceptualized and put together by the city of Austin,
it's not like
tourism,
ACL?
Not at all. South by Southwest is a private business.
Is ACL?
Yeah, that's been around a long time. I think ACL is the city of Austin. I don't know that. But anyway, South by Southwest is become a global platform to celebrate innovation and the careers and creative people.
Yep.
But South by Southwest London is going to expand the footprint for the world's most sought-after creative events. Promises to bring its own distinctive personality driven by London's cultural life and creativity. I have been to London. I did enjoy it.
Nice.
It's going to be over the course of the week in June 2025. So, look, as a music fan, as a festival fan, I'm really excited about this. As a marketer, I think they are going to shoot themselves in the foot. They're going to devalue the brand. And I'm just telling...
Or maybe they're looking to reposition for the future.
I guess, man. But I'm telling you, when it becomes...
I know they had some kickback this year at South by.
So they had some what?
They had some kickback. A lot of artists didn't play, and they were boycotting because the artists were not happy with the companies that were sponsoring.
Oh,
so
I didn't miss that.
It was like pharmaceutical companies, and there was military companies that were backing defenses apparently overseas in the war.
Well, this is exactly.
There was like hundreds of artists that just bailed.
I did not know that.
Last minute.
We need to get somebody online to interview them. Well, this is my point. So South by is a for-profit company, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'd run one.
Yeah.
I'm all for-profit. But, if they're bringing in those things and you start having the artists and the culture and the more in tune people, those kind of things, and then you go to London and then you start taking other places, it's not as special. It's less scarce. Mm-hmm. It's not as cool. Mm-hmm. And it's going to bottom in the foot. It won't be in year one. It won't be in year two. But soon, in the next 3 to 5 years, if they keep brand extension, they're going to water it down. That's what I think. But we'll see. That's my prediction. Mark it down, May 14th.
Time will tell. Thanks for listening, everybody, to the Darren and Micah Show here on KWVH. Wimberley Valley Radio. My brain went dead. 94.3 FM. We will catch you on the next one, and you guys always can catch us on the Damn Music Show on the YouTube channel. That's the Damn Like Water Damn, DAM, Darren and Micah. Mm-hmm. We are on the YouTube channel. Come watch us as we break open the floodgates of music analysis. Goodbye.